All right, everyone, here we go with an energetic weather update. And you knew I was going to do something like this right on top of the eclipse. That's right, I'm pulling this a little before the eclipse happens, but we're basically right on top of it. Today is Eclipse Day. And you all know what this eclipse means. If you watched my eclipse reading, you know what's going on. And I've been talking about it. I got a pre-shuffle here with an Ace of Pentacles staring at you right there on the surface energy. Most solid new beginning in the tarot, right? Let's just pull the energetic weather. Let's see what's going on. Will you or won't you do the right thing, choose destiny and go down the right path? Will somebody attach to you? I don't know what the universe wants to tell me or not. But let's just pull the energetic weather here right on top of the eclipse. I thought it'd be fun. It's a general reading. May or may not resonate with you. Might not. Some people are damn stubborn. There's an inherent stubbornness in this energy. And if you're a stubborn person who refuses to change and just wants to keep things the same, even though they know that there's new energy here, blah, 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 fuck you, Steve. Right, I get it. Right, it doesn't matter. You don't control the energy that comes in. There is an inherent stubbornness built into the energy, so I will tell you this may not resonate with you if you're one of those people. I'm just being honest. But if you're here for a reason. It could just be one thing I say. It's timeless. You're all moving at different speeds on your timeline, and this eclipse energy dissipates out over a 6-month period. It will affect you at different times, stronger, lighter, etc., etc. Pre-shuffle. I asked the universe, I said, give me the energetic weather right now. What's the environmental energy around everyone right now, or my viewers? I talked about you guys, not me. Ace of Pentacles, crossed by the Page of Cups. There's an opportunity within the energy. This is just surface. This is just, any fuckwit can pull a surface reading. This is just a surface reading. I'm a super fuckwit. I'll go deeper, right? But new beginning in love is the environmental energy around this solid new beginning here. The Ace of Pentacles. It's all new beginnings. It's practical new beginnings, love new beginnings. It's new beginning, new. It's got a new car smell to it, right? Underneath that is the Knight of Pentacles. It's a slow burn. It is. It is a slow burning energy. I will tell you that. It also, there's that inherent stubbornness that's inside of it here. It's both stopped and moving very slowly. I would sum this energy up, these three cards, as this new beginning for some of you and some of the energies attached to you, because this reading kind of probably going to be a little bit of both, has been a long time coming. But it's always been sort of rolling along and pushing towards you. If it's changing a lifestyle habit for you, you may have tried and failed many times. Try again in this energy. You'll be surprised how almost effortless it is. All right, if you put your soul into it, right? Underneath that, Knight of Cups. You do have someone watching this. Someone might just be one person, probably not, but it might be. Just on the surface energy, you've got a surprise coming to you, a surprise communication. I'm going to call it. Okay, I'm just going to say that. For the rest of you, if you follow through with these changes, it makes you extremely attractive. It changes everything for you, especially in the love department. Underneath that is 5 Wands. There's the fighters. The fighting. This is a pretty deep pre-shuffle here. There's the fighters. There's 5 of Wands. You'll get in your head about it. Some people will. Some of the energies attached to you will. Why? 8 of Pentacles. Well, it's hard. It's a lot of work. It's hard to work this job and to get to the 9 of Pentacles of liberation. Yeah, it's hard. It's difficult, right? But there's no escaping it. It's a spider web on there, right? And remember what we talked about in the eclipse reading, okay? All of that energy is kind of showing up here. Why is it hard? Well, because mostly this energy is showing you 3 swords kind of energy. It's got a lot of 3 swords based energy to it. Where pains have held you back, where things have held you back, usually rooted in 3 swords. Underneath that, 8 swords. Yeah. I'm not surprised anybody would feel trapped by this energy. It's a very powerful eclipse. And I'm pulling this reading right on top of it. I'm not surprised the 8 swords came out. But if you get in 8 swords, nobody can help you. You've got to get out of that yourself. You do have at least one of you, because that 8 swords is tied for some reason to this Knight of Cups. Somebody here is getting in their head a little too much about pain. All right, they're letting that hold them back. However, this is the card that ends the separation phase of the soulmate cycle. Underneath it all, bookending the Ace of Pentacles, is a Tower. You knew it had to show up, right? You knew it. There it is. It's part of the pre-shuffle. It's the back side of the pre-shuffle. It's red with the Ace of Pentacles, which is crossed by the Page of Cups here. We're pulling this right on top of the eclipse. This card had to be there. It had to. There's no way a tower wouldn't show up somewhere in this reading. Major changes happening here, okay? My advice, because the tower is here, you don't have to take my advice. I don't really care. But my advice is just do it. Take on the Nike slogan for those of you making some changes, you know, looking deep and flowing with the energy. Just do it, all right? Just keep telling yourself the universe has my back. I'm in the right place at the right time doing the right things, or the universe brings me the right people in the right situations at the right time. Keep reminding yourself of that, all right? Just be happy you're here. You get to experience this energy. This is easily once in a decade type energy as far as how much potential there is to really get yourself set on the right course. These are big, big decisions a lot of people are going to be making in this energy here on this eclipse. These are big decisions that have a long, far-reaching effect, for sure. And that kind of energy has been in play for a while now. Right? I've been talking about that probably since October. But this is where it all kind of comes to a head. Because after the eclipse, technically once we move into Taurus season, the energy starts flowing really fast. All right? Really fast. You don't want to fall behind on that. All right? So any problems that might arise from not taking a look at some of those Three of Swords issues, or Five of Swords, as the eclipse reading told us, from the Five of Swords in the soul, any negative side effects from that will take effect. Will sort of just roll in, hit you like a tower, basically. All right, let's pull 3 cards and a bottom card on the energetic weather right now. That was just the surface energy. Holy shit, I know, that's like a reading all by itself. Shit. Okay, let's go. Give me the energetic weather right now, universe. What's the environmental energy here on top of the eclipse? What is it? Oh, man. These cards want to talk. They're jumping. Okay. Whew. Won't let me shuffle anymore. Yeah, I just talked about it. It had to be here. It's not a tower. That we already saw that. It might come back. But I talked about the eclipse reading and the energy of the soul, right? The things we're looking at. The environmental energy right now is that Five of Swords. It's right there, 5 swords. Where it's about disappointments, where we've shortchanged ourselves, and things along those lines. That's the key. Where you've been disappointed, where you've disappointed yourself, right? Some people, a lot of people watching, I think, because I pick up on it in the energy, are doing things just to please other people. You know, not really following their soul's true path. And you got to be careful about that. You don't want to end up with regrets and things like that. All right, that's painful. That's a painful way to end. All right, that's the environmental energy here. It'll be crossing the center card I pull. King of Cups. Center. Disappointment. What did I just say? Rewind. Re-motherfucking wind. I said you're going to be looking at disappointments. It's the environmental energy, where you've let yourself down, where you've shortchanged yourself, disappointments. 5 swords in the base energy is 5 swords crossing the Page of Swords. Everything I just said just got backed up perfectly by that card, right? You know, and it's really funny. That's a barn owl. We talked about this before in another reading, and I put a tweet out. I said I was talking about somebody looks in the mirror. If they think they're a great horned owl, the King of Swords, they look in the mirror and see they're just a barn owl. Very disappointing. It's that kind of energy. I did a tweet right before that reading went up where I went on a run. I went on my morning run after I did the reading. And normally I see barn owls. We see them every morning, right? Every time we run. That morning it was a great horned owl. And I'm going to tell you something totally honest. I swear to God. We got woken up this morning, 4 a.m., by a great horned owl outside hooting away, right? My wife was like, what is that? What is that? Is that one of those doves? I said, no, that's not a dove. That's not a mourning dove. That's a great horned owl. He was right outside the house. So again, where have we disappointed ourselves? More omens here. The King of Swords trying to come out. This King of Cups is about taking control of emotions. All right, that's there for sure. Be it becoming the king of your own emotions. You decide how you feel. How you react to this energy is very important. Some people are going to be stubborn. They're going to try and shut it down. And I don't want this. I don't want an energy that tries to control me or make me change and stuff like that. The whole point of this life is to grow, right? That's the whole point. Otherwise, good Lord, you just repeat. What's red with the King of Cups here? The sun. Man, whoa, it froze. That's how much energy is here. I didn't even know it froze. You did. All right, hold on. Just know a sun card fell here. Okay, I'll be right back. Some people don't like it when my readings freeze. I do. That shows you how powerful I'm pulling. Look, there's a couple of things that had to happen in this reading. One was a tower. We got that. The other one, I mean, this was too perfect in the base energy. And the other thing that had to happen was this video freeze. Otherwise, I'm talking about how powerful this eclipse is. And, you know, it only freezes when it's powerful. When the damn little USB can't handle the fucking amount of energy that's here. It all pumps through the camera. Fuck. There's the sun I told you about. It's right there. It's red with the King of Cups. Okay. Let's clarify. Let's have some fun. First of all, let's talk about this. Let's talk to the witches, which randomly at the bottom has the 9 of Pentacles. Remember when I read the 8 of Pentacles in the pre-shuffle and I said a lot of people won't do this. Why? Because it's hard. They'll get in their head about it. It's too hard to get to the 9 of Pentacles. There it is. 9 Pentacles. It's where you're going after this. This is fabulous energy. Look, if you never believe a word that comes out of my mouth in any readings I do, everybody ever fuck this guy, right? Believe that this is powerful energy, that this is the last big, if you make the changes that this energy, you know, the things this energy wants you to look at and flow with the energy of change, you won't have any major new starts or anything like that, brave new beginnings or whatever for quite a while. Quite a while. This is the big one, Lamont, as Fred Sanford would have said. Let's talk about disappointments here. Let's talk about the Page of Swords. Now, I don't know if the universe wants to talk about incoming energy or still wants to stay on you. I think you guys get the point. I think the DFs will do a great job in this energy. You know what you need to look. I mean, it showed up right here. It's just unreal. And I got woken up by a great horned owl this morning. I thought that was pretty wild. I haven't even seen a barn owl. They've all been great horned. Whatever that means to you, take it how you want to take it. In case you didn't read my tweet on that day, take it how you want to take it. Why would? And it was after I did the reading, right? Steve spending all his time talking about a barn owl and someone seeing a barn owl in the mirror and they thought they were a great horned owl. And usually I see barn owls on the run. I saw great horn. This fell on the floor. Take it for what it means to you. They told me I was spot on with that damn reading. I just started laughing on the run. It's just like, what the fuck? High Priestess fell on the floor here. Okay? Dig deep. It's all going to be there for you to access. Don't shortchange yourself again by not looking at it. Okay? And it's not going to happen right when the eclipse happens. Right? It doesn't work like that. It's a slow burn. I already told you that. Allow it to flow through. All right? That's all. Just flow with it. But the information you need of where you need to realign yourself, right? What you need to look at is all right there on the surface. And that fell on the floor just like that. Why is the High Priestess here? Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? It's all there. And you could feel, you'll be able to see the results of this. You could feel this. You'll be able to feel that coming. It's just like I always call this grandma on the freeway at 15 miles an hour. Once you could see the car, you could see it for a while. I mean, you got time to have a cup of coffee before it gets there, but it is a slow burn. This is grandma on the freeway at 15 miles an hour. But it's all right there. It's within view. Don't shortchange yourself and push it back any of those disappointments. All right? Now, I got a King of Cups here, which primarily, aside from the fact it's showing you, basically for you, and if you follow this and everything we talked about in the pre-shuffle, right? And they all live happily ever after. There you go. There's your story. Right? Look at this. This is what you're going into. It's someone who's in complete control of their emotions too. And very confident with how they give love. that only attracts great things to you. Confidence, real confidence, is very attractive, right? It's hotter than any fancy bikini, hot bikini body, any of that. Confidence sells. Confidence is king, and it's right there. And that's where you're going. But on the incoming energy side, swirling in with this environmental energy, I've got someone here in energy that wants to tell you how they feel. Notice I said wants to. Notice I said want. Well, they're very clear about their feelings. I get that. This Ace of Pentacles, by the way, for you, ties to the pre-shuffle Ace of Pentacles, of course. Right? Massive new beginnings here. Whole new you. If you want. You know, you could use your free will against it. Let's go here. Tell me about the King of Cups. Tell me about it. Give it to me. What did I say? What? Rewind. I said somebody wants to tell you how they feel. I think it's a lot of somebody's. I think you're about to get a lot of clarity, and I think as a byproduct of that clarity, it helps you with all of this, right? You know, in the extreme, you can look at it. Oh, by the way, it's a 3 of Wands there. They were right there. I mean, past the making plans to do it stage, right there on the edge. But it's sort of like if you're 3, let's say in an extreme example, you're held back a little bit because of what somebody did to you, and that's your 3 of Swords. And you never really looked at, you never really dealt with it too much. You just want to leave it there and walk away from it. I would never do that, by the way. Always deal with shit when it's there. It's like devil energy. It's static energy that attaches to you as you go through life. You want to deal with it as it comes in. You don't want to wait till later when it's a big pile of shit. Okay? But think about that 3 of Swords type energy that held you back. You get some clarity. Somebody tells you something, shows you who they really are or how they really feel. And then all of a sudden that 3 of Swords doesn't matter as much anymore. Maybe in an extreme example, they prove themselves to be somebody, you see them, they tell you how they feel, and your reaction to it is meh. You know, okay, fine. Then you realize how silly you've been, right? And how you've shortchanged yourself. Removing that energy, removing that aspect allows you to move forward and make changes very easily. That in and of itself is a change and puts you on a new road, a brand new path, maybe one with better pavement, right? Right here, though, attached to you, speaking of which, is somebody right on the edge. They're right there. Their energy is orbiting you very close. Closer than Mercury orbits the sun, all right? Very close. Which, by the way, astronomy speaking, there should be another planet there. Mercury orbits the sun pretty close. I think it's like 20 million miles or 10 million miles or something like that. There should be another planet even closer to the sun. There isn't. Scientists always have been for a while trying to figure out. They got all kinds of theories as to why there isn't one there. Maybe there was one there. Nobody knows. Just a little fun fact for you. I mean, most of the solar systems they're finding out there, the other ones, there are planets that orbit the sun, like orbit their star way close in, like 1 million miles out, like nothing. You know, so interesting little point. Perhaps during Mercury retrograde, some mysteries are solved. Is my point. You know, you never know. What's on top here? 7 of Wands. Yeah, they're defensive about it. Well, no. On the one side, I do have somebody that wants to stand up and fight, but there's a but attached to that. But they're also like they want to fight like from a distance. I don't understand. They want to rise up, tell you how they feel, right? Stand up and fight, but they want to do it from a distance. That's the energy that's there. It's like a dual energy. Why? Why is that there? The Hermit. Yeah. How do I phrase this? The energy has been, well, there's 2 ways I could interpret this energy. One, I could say it's too deep for them, right? It's like one of those people that has to be drunk to say the words, I love you. Right? One of those things. It's just the energy is just too deep for them. They just freeze up like my camera did, right? In this energy. That's one way I can interpret it. The other way I can interpret it is someone's overthought this a little too much. There's so much emotion they don't know how to control the emotion, kind of a thing. They're afraid of what might happen. Think about, as an extreme example, somebody's somebody's afraid if they tell you if they tell you off or something like that, that you're going to punch them in the head and beat the crap out of them. So they tell you off from 50 feet away up on top of a hill, right? It's a little like that. I'm not saying somebody's coming to tell you off, but that's the way they feel. It's almost like they have to do it from a distance, sort of a thing. So it might translate into a text message more than an in-person kind of thing. It's possible. I'm just reading energy. But the environmental energy right now is causing this energy that's attached to you to want to do something, even though they want to do it from a distance, from their little hermit cave, if you will. Let's talk about the sun. Why is the sun here? And it's probably why that in that Three of Swords that's or Three of Wands, I'm sorry. It feels like a Three of Swords. That Three of Wands that's crossing there, they still up on the shore a little bit, right? Looking out at you out on that ship in the distance. What's going on with the sun? What do you want to tell me in relation to the sun here? Okay? Doesn't matter. Whatever you find out from this energy, whoever this energy belongs to, and it could be multiples, helps you. It benefits you. It provides needed clarity, which helps you with this, which helps you with the change opportunity within the energy, right? And that change comes with a lot of healing and growth. Not only is this eclipse happening, but on top of that, we've got some like Chiron action involved, and healing action. There's a lot of healing energy within this too. But there is that stubborn element, and you see it play out right there, no doubt. All right, let's go. Stubborn energy, it's not always the textbook definition of stubborn. When you feel an energy and it's kind of got a stubbornness to it, it's an energy of that keeps its distance a little bit. Okay, that's the way it kind of feels, and I have to translate feelings into words, so I'm just sharing that with you. Right? Take it so that maybe you look at it from that angle, and to give you some insight as to how I got what I got over here and translated it the way I did. Why is the sun here? I'm shuffling. Universe, fickle old gal today. Tell you what. Okay, let's go. Okay. All right. Oh. It's crossed by the Six of Pentacles. What's fueling that? The King of Cups. King of Cups is over here. It's red with the sun. Yeah, the universe says whether it's from a distance or not, this is strongly aspected. Now again, I can't predict free will. I can just tell you the energy is right. The energy is almost, and I don't like to use the word forcing either. I hate using that word. But it's just as an example. It's pretty much forcing them to do it, right? A little bit. Okay, what's on top? The Four of Swords. Massive amount of healing for you here. I just got done talking about it. I just got done talking about the healing aspect and the energy, and that's a healing aspect of the Four of Swords. This clarity almost does the work for you, in a way. Now, it may not come from direct communication. I talked about at a distance here, right? Someone keeping their distance. They're not direct. They're not in your face. You may just figure something out about this person. The energy could read that way too. It's either way. The end result here, the end result of this eclipse energy is the sun comes back. After the sun comes back, there's a lot of clarity. It's doing what it kind of does. It's like a reboot in a way. Sun goes away, sun comes back. Well, it's like that. Why is the Four of Swords here? Page of Swords. Healing disappointments. Everything I just said just got backed up because that's the Page of Swords and the disappointments, and we talked about it. It all ties to this. It all ties together, okay, in some way. This can be direct, well, not direct, indirect or distant communication from somebody that provides you some clarity, that allows you to, that helps you with the process that you're going through. It can be. Or it could be something you figure out, an epiphany that you figure out about this. You know, once you figure out that something can't hurt you or it doesn't matter, at that point, you're kind of healed from it at that point, right? It's just a lot of people don't believe that. They tell themselves those things. This is about soul energy here, okay? El Sol, the sun, right? There you go. Look at it that way. But it's about healing disappointments. Your final outcome is these disappointments get healed and allow you this new beginning, which came up in the pre-shuffle. It allows that to happen, and it was tied to a tower, which is a serious newbie. I mean, it's major. We're not just remodeling the kitchen. We're tearing the whole house down, right down to the foundation, and rebuilding again on a more solid foundation. That's pretty wild. Unreal. This communication, however, while healing and while providing you with a lot of clarity, might heal and provide the clarity of how disappointing this energy is. It's possible, but that's okay. Once you know that, you may have put someone on a pedestal. It's possible. A lot of people did. When I first got out here pulling these readings, a lot of the DFs, who are primarily my audience, you know, my email address was out. We had an email address we put out there, and people would write in. It just got to be too much. It got to be, you know, we're up to like 14, 15,000 emails. It was crazy. There's no way to respond to them. But the general theme of it all was the DF side had somehow lowered their self-worth and put someone else up on some kind of pedestal. Okay? And now, so I took that information and I worked on getting everybody's self-worth up. You know, through philosophy, stories, whatever it is that I did or tried to do. That being said, some of you may find that because your vibration has gone up, when this energy, whoever this belongs to, communicates, even if it's a new soulmate, you know, you may not be so eager. It might be a little bit of a, well, it's a little too small for me. That in and of itself, making that decision and that acknowledgement brings healing and a lot of clarity, which then, because of this Page of Swords, ties over here, which in turn ties to the pre-shuffle and that Ace of Pentacles, that new beginning. All right, but it's like I said in the Eclipse reading, it's about the energy right now. It came out perfect. I'm pulling on the Eclipse energy on top of the Eclipse, and I basically got the theme of the Eclipse reading right there and in the pre-shuffle. You know, let's see if there's anything else the universe wants to tell you before we go. All right, randomly at the bottom here is a Knight of Wands. If that means something to you. It's more attached to you, I will tell you. You know, moving bravely forward and all of that. I think the Knight of Wands may have even been the final outcome card in the Eclipse reading, if I'm not mistaken. All right, one card and a crossing card. What else you want to tell everybody here with our energetic weather update on top of the Eclipse? What do we get? What else you want to tell my viewers? Never mind this fool. What else you want to tell my viewers? Right? Because honestly, it shows up as disappointment. I think for a lot of you, you're wanting to hear from somebody. You know, obviously, I'm not being psychic when I say that. I'm not trying to be one of Dionne Warwick's psychic friends or something. You're watching tarot readings. Duh, you're probably wanting to hear from somebody or know what they feel in some way or something like that for a good number of you. And I think you might be, I think you could do a lot better. Based on the energy that I feel here. No, somebody shouldn't need to tell you from a distance how they feel. You know, you got something to say it. Say it to someone. Look at them straight in the eye. I think the DF side is getting the confidence to be like that. And when others aren't like that, you don't even deal with them. You're just like, okay, that's it. And I think in this new energy, that's the way it's going to flow for a good number of you. All right, let's go. There's a lot of new soulmates approaching. All right. There's always another soulmate. You can look at it that way. You should never put anybody in an end-all, be-all. I'll never meet anybody like that again. Oh my God. That's bad energy. That's almost an 8 swords self-generated kind of energy. It's not true. If you put yourself, everything you want, anyone you want, all the frequencies are there. You just got to tune into them. That's all. All right. And once you're a higher vibration, you start attracting different things. You may see, oh, wow, I shortchanged myself worrying about this distant fool over here. Or these types of energies. Right? What these cards are saying, what the energy is saying is these disappointing energies are going away. Should you take the opportunity within the energy to address them. Right? You will get the clarity that will help you. Provided you're open to it. All right. One card and a crossing card. What do we got? Jeez, it's going to be one of those shuffling days, isn't it? I'm sorry, I'm running out of shit to tell you. I think it gave me a chance to sum up the reading a little bit anyway. I am floored that the Page of Swords is crossed by the 5 of Swords there. It's so perfect. It's unreal. Okay. All right, one card, the crossing card. Final message to you. Bottom card, the crossing card, is 10 swords. Tens are the end, dead end that lead to a new beginning. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's something's ending. Okay? There's an ending here of something. Say goodbye to one era and hello to a new one. And it is an era. I will tell you that. And you might have some somber sort of feelings. You might need to go out to a field and reflect. Right? Just make sure you wear some underwear. She's not wearing any. And we can all see it. Right? The light's hitting it just right. But you may need to reflect. I recommend some meditation. I recommend, that's my kestrel field right there where I go for these readings. Those, you can think of them as the kestrels if you want, whatever. You may need to do that. It's always a good idea, and in fact it'll help all of this because it's on the surface, to reflect a little bit as an era comes to an end, as the energy changes to something new. All right. What's on top? Or what's at the bottom? Two of Wands. Yeah. Everything I just said, I didn't know that was there. Two of Wands. Right? Also, a very reflective young lady, looking out the window, reflecting, holding the new stick, leaving the old stick way back here in the corner. The final message from the universe to you, put simply, everything I just said, an era is coming to an end. And you're going to start looking at other horizons, right? There's new things. There's new adventures ahead. Get excited about it. And you know what? You might not even know. You might not even know what those what's around the next corner. And a lot of people worry about that. Don't. That's where the magic of life is, the unknown. That's where it lives. People spend so much time, most people, out society energies especially, something for you to take away here. People spend so much time trying to puff themselves up and show people with their egos how great they are and tell themselves how great they are. If they just took all the energy they waste trying to impress other people and just took that energy and turned it inward onto themselves, the universe itself would surrender to them. It really would. If you're great, you don't need to tell people. You don't need to prove it. People will notice it. That's all. It's like that confidence thing I was talking about. Real confidence is unavoidable energy, right? There you go. Oh, by the way, underneath this 10 swords is the Lovers, right? An era of disappointment is definitely coming to an end here. That is some powerful energy. And new options are going to be open up to you. New choices. Provided, brought to you by, sponsored by the universe itself. All right. That's very nice. All right. Some of you might even get a new tattoo. I don't know. You might. She got a tattoo right there. It's possible. All right. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. I hope you get the most out of this eclipse energy. All right? I pulled all I can pull on it, but I'll be pulling in the new energy going forward. So we'll see what happens. All right? We'll see where the readings go. All we do here at Steve's Love Tarot, it's all I've ever been doing, is just following the flow of the energy within the soulmate cycle. We're going on a ride, and it's sort of like a tour bus. Right? We got those here, out here in Hollywood. They got the big bus that rides around and the tourists sit on it. And there's some guy with a microphone, or some girl with a microphone, and they're talking about stuff. They're sort of the tour guide, if you will. I'm your tour guide. You all just riding the bus. We're all riding the bus together, except I got a microphone. That's all. I'm just telling you all the sights, and that's all I do here. We just flow with it. All right. That's your reading. That's your environmental energy weather. It's the fucking eclipse. So make sure you watch the eclipse reading for sure. I hope this reading was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right. Good luck.